G'day viewers, how's it going? I'm super, thanks for asking. It's a beautiful day here in Dublin, hence me not wearing a jacket. And today we're up near Christchurch to try out the Bull and Castle, which is one of the FX Bucleys establishments. And today we're going to be trying their roast beef. I'm looking forward to this. I haven't been to the Bull and Castle for a while, so let's do lunch. So I've taken my seat and they've put me in a booth. Now this place, it's got very much kind of a pub vibe to it, a bit different from the other FX Bucleys establishments in Dublin. Yeah, lots of booze, kind of very, very dark, lots of kind of beef ephemera on the walls. Yeah, it's really quite cool in here. Different from other places I've dined. Yeah, but I'm kind of looking forward to something today. Now, the menu itself is very, very extensive. I'm just going to have the roast beef today, but they do have kind of a very, very sort of extensive steakhouse menu with lots of different cuts of beef. I mean, it's actually really, if you're looking for beef in Dublin, this is probably one of the places to come. I mean, it was even mentioned, FX Bucleys themselves has been a butcher's for years, and it was even mentioned in James Joyce's Ulysses. So yeah, a lot of history behind this place. So I am going to have the roast beef. I'm also going to try the cocktail on the lunch menu, the Bloody Buckley. Don't mind a Bloody Mary occasionally, so let's give that a try. And then I'm also going to have probably a pint of the Buckley Pale Ale, which is kind of one of my favourite beers in Dublin, and the only place you can get it is in FX Bucleys. So I'm going to order, and but I'll let you know what I think. Maybe I will get you never know. I might get some oysters or something. But yeah, we'll see. Okay, but I will talk with you soon. Because it's got more of a pub vibe in here as well, they do actually have quite an extensive list of beers on tap, as well as their own Buckley Pale Ale. They've got beers from Wicklow Wolf, from White Hag, O'Hara's. Yeah, so they've actually got quite a really nice range of beers on tap here. So I don't think you'll see that in any of the other FX Buckley establishments. And there are, I think, 4 or 5 other FX Buckley's restaurants dotted around Dublin. But I do like it in here. This would probably be sort of the FX Buckley's establishments that I've eaten in, and I think I've been to 3 of them. This would be my favourite. So I have actually ordered some oysters to start with, so let's and a cocktail. So I've ordered the Bloody Buckley to start with. So let's talk when my starter arrives. So my cocktail and my oysters have just shown up. So I've got the apple oysters, and I have the Bloody Buckley. This is seaweed infused vodka with Buckfast tonic wine and their tomato mix. Now this is actually going to go really, really well with the oysters, and I'm going to move the camera. So I've just repositioned the camera so we can just have a look at those oysters, and don't they look lovely? I'm just going to take a sip of my Bloody Buckley first. Breakfast of champions. I do love a Bloody Mary. Oh wow. Okay. Let's get a bit of that mignonette on the oysters. A little bit of the Tabasco sauce. Got one of these. I'm not, as you know, I'm not a big fan of lemon on this, but let's give this a try. So, cheers. Oh yeah. Wow, that's really lovely. Lovely fresh Ackle oysters from Ackle Island. Yeah, very nice. Very, very nice. Wow. All right, I'm going to finish these, finish my cocktail, and I will talk with you when the beef arrives, which hopefully will be pretty soon. Talk to you then. So they've just brought me over my beer. So this is the Bucleys Pale Ale, and this is brewed by O'Hara's, specifically for the FX Bucleys restaurants. And it's a very, very tasty beer. Little sharp, little dry, beautiful pale ale. Oh yeah. And I love that it's served in a kind of more traditional tankard style, pint glass. Yeah, you don't see these in Dublin pubs that often. So yeah, that's always appreciated. I do like to see a nice tankard style pub glass every so often. So yeah, I quite enjoy this. It's one of the reasons why I like coming back is because of the beer. I mean, it's beef and beer. Beef and beer, what more could you want? All right, I will talk with you when the roast arrives. So the roast has just arrived, and that looks, I mean, this is a beautiful looking roast. Now, it's different from what I had at Hawksmoor, because we've got ribboed beef here. Hawksmoor was just a rump roast. So we've got the roast potato, we've got the mash here. We've got the duck fat roasty, carrots, some broccoli. We've got some horseradish mayonnaise, which I don't think you can see because that roasty is just so big. So we've got some horseradish mayonnaise there, and then we've got our gravy. But this looks beautifully cooked. That's beautifully medium rare. Very tender, nice bit of fat in the middle. We've got the broccoli. Oh, we've got a bit of onion there as well. Wow, this looks nice. So let's dive in and give this a try. I'm just going to try some of the beef. Thank you. Before I season anything. So yeah, oh, that cuts so nicely. Not two nice thick pieces. Yeah, two nice thick pieces of beef. Beautifully cooked. Beautifully cooked. Let's get some seasoning on these. A bit of salt. Particularly on the spuds. I do like a bit of salt on my spuds. And a bit of pepper. Wow, this looks fabulous. Okay. Stick a bit of the gravy on. And that's quite a thin gravy. Yeah, not as much. I do prefer a thicker gravy. But quite nice. So let's just try a bit of the carrot. That's nicely cooked. See it on the outside. Try a bit of this mashed potato with the gravy on top. That's nice. The gravy is quite nice. As I said, it could use to be a bit thinner. Now this is a big spud. Now these are duck fat roasted spuds, so they should be nice and crispy. Should be nice and flavoursome. Okay. Look at that. Maybe slightly underdone on the spud, maybe a little underwhelming there. Bit of the broccoli. With that gravy does really elevate things. Bit of the onion. Okay. That's nicely roasted. Nice and sweet. With the gravy, very nice. That's quite a thick slice of beef there. Cuts very nicely. Got a bit of the gravy on there now. See what it tastes like with the gravy. That beef is beautiful and tender. Lovely tender beef. Another piece. And that's... Try some with some of that horseradish mayo. Everything's fabulous, thank you. That's not bad. Fun. Okay, and last but not least, let's try some of this roasty. Nice, crispy, nice and airy. Yeah, it's good. It's good. And last but not least, let's try a little bit of the garlic. Yeah, okay. Okay, let's try a nice fatty bit. With a bit of that horseradish mayonnaise on it. It's cooked over, I think it is. Yeah, you really do get a lot of smoke and the flavour of this beef, especially around the outsides. I think they finish stuff off, so you can see there, they finish stuff off over coals, and you can really taste that. You can really taste the smokiness. I mean, I can't fault this beef at all. This is just fabulous. I mean, it's just so beautifully cooked, so wonderfully tender. It's a beautiful piece of beef. Oh wow. Okay, well, I'm going to finish this off. I am thinking I will have a dessert. Also, let's see what's on the dessert menu, and I will talk with you when that arrives. But this is fabulous. All right, talk with you now. So dessert has just shown up with my stout. So this is another O'Hara stout. This is the Irish name. I probably would not even try and embarrass myself by saying, but I mean the O'Haras, they do make a really nice beer. So let's pour this one out and see what it's like. Oops, let's go that way. Oh yeah, nice dark. Not much of a head on it. I mean, it's not like your Guinness or anything like that. Let's see, nice and dark, nice dark colour. Not too much of a head on that one. Oh, yeah, that's really, that's quite nice. I think, has that been, kind of chocolatey flavours on that one? Chocolates, coffee. Yeah, that's really quite nice, quite strong as well. So that's 6%. You wouldn't want to be drinking too many of these, but it's going to complement. I think it's going to complement what I'm having really quite well. I mean, look at that brownie. That brownie is actually really nice looking. You've got the chocolate icing, so the chocolate ice cream just melting up, the vanilla ice cream. Oh, Michael. The vanilla ice cream just melting away on top of that. You've got sort of swimming in that butterscotch sauce. Oh yeah, but that's stout. Really, really quite nice. Good recommendation there. So let's see what this is like. So, the ice cream first. Very smooth, very creamy. Let's try with a bit of the brownie, a bit of that butterscotch sauce. Really warm. Try a bit on its own. Bit of a hint of that kind of bitterness to the stout. Mixing it. Mixing it with this stout is really, oh wow. Wow, this is actually really nice. Probably one of the nicest desserts that I've had on the channel. You remember when I went to Hawksmoor, I had that big, kind of that big sundae. That was lovely. This is just, yeah, so much nicer than that was. But different. Still kind of same core ingredients, but I think this is, just pips it at the post slightly. So, yeah. All right. I am going to finish this, get the bill, then find somewhere nice and quiet for my thoughts. So I'll talk with you then. So I am here in the Beer Temple, just down from FX Bucleys, and I am enjoying a nice 330 of their Foam and Fury. This is a double IPA, and this is a special edition that's been made with some African hops of some description, but it's very, very tasty. The Beer Temple is another one of the Galway Bay brewing bars. Yeah, I like these places. Really nice, and the staff graciously allowed me to come and film in here. So, what was my thoughts on the Bull and Castle? It was good. I mean, it was good. It wasn't great. Okay, let's go through the scores. The venue itself, I mean, I am sort of judging it sort of compared to the only other steakhouse that I've done so far, and that was down in Hawksmoor. And I mean, the venue's nice, but I mean, it's a bit dark. I did like that the music wasn't too loud, but yeah, it's basically just a pub. So from a venue perspective, it is going to get a 4. The staff, I mean, again, the staff were okay. I felt like I was being left alone quite a bit. I mean, they were polite. Yeah, but again, I think it's just a 4. The food. Now, I'm only going to judge this on the roast because I didn't have oysters or anything like that at FX Buckley at Hawksmoor. I didn't. I had a dessert at Hawksmoor, but I mean, let's just look at the roast. I mean, the beef was fabulous. I mean, it was a better cut than what I had at Hawksmoor, ribeye versus rump. So, I mean, the beef itself was perfection. I mean, the way that it had been cooked in some way, shape or form over open coals, you had a bit of that smokiness to it. I mean, it was lovely, perfectly cooked, melt in your mouth, so easy to cut. I mean, it was fabulous. It was a couple of other things that really let it down. So the potato, and I'm talking about that big roast potato. I think it was underdone, and I mean, it was just too big. Wasn't really, I mean, I like a nice crispy potato. I'd rather they were a bit smaller and a bit more crispy. So yeah, the Yorkie, I mean, that was overdone, and I mean, it was on the verge of being burnt. It kind of tasted, unless that's where they cook it, in the oven that they cook it. But yeah, it just didn't do it for me. The horseradish mayonnaise. I mean, to tell you the truth, I would rather horseradish sauce from a jar than that. There was just a bit, nah. Didn't really do it for me at all. I mean, the mash was okay. They didn't have mash with the Hawksmoor. The carrot was nice. The broccoli was nice. I mean, the beef was fabulous. But I mean, it was let down. I mean, the beef was let down by everything else on the plate. And so for that, I am just going to give it. I'm going to give it a 4. Now the bill. I'm going to score it the same as what I scored Hawksmoor, which was 4.5. The price was basically the same, but for a better cut of meat. I mean, I did go over the top a little bit and have a cocktail to start with. I didn't have any wine. I had 3 courses, not 2. Though I didn't have any sides. I mean, the bill itself came to €80, including my tip. So before the tip, it was 73. But you'd sort of take into account that I had sort of one more drink. So yeah, the bill will get a 4.5. So what's that? That's kind of 3 4s and a 4.5. So that's 16.5. Out of 20. I mean, it was good. It just wasn't great. I mean, if it was just based on the beef alone, just on that beef, and I will say that roast is fabulous. It's just the other components let it down a bit. So yeah. So come to the end of another video. You know what I'm going to say here. Like, subscribe, leave a comment. I'm trying to think of what I'm going to do next. Maybe some Chinese, maybe some Brazilian. I don't know. But leave a comment down below and let me know what you think. So that's the end of another video. And as I always say, testicles.